I think there's three steps that I typically try to take. The first one is being very clear on the business objective. So usually there's only two routes to grow the business. It's just through trial, so getting more consumers to try you, or repeat, meaning getting the consumers who tried you to really love your product and then buy again. In my role, as I worked on P&G dishwashing liquid, the opportunity has always been about trial, whether it was for the Philippines market or the other Asian markets. To the second step, which is essentially putting myself into the shoes of the consumers. So this is where I would need to try to understand what does the category mean for her. What is her current experience when it comes to washing dishes versus the ideals? What are her hopes and dreams? Like, would she want to, what does she think of food? Does she want more family bonding occasions to happen? And of course, what is her current life stage or her lifestyle as well? Once we identify that tension point for the consumers and find what is the best fit that we can give her, then we move, my obligation then becomes I need to champion the consumer internally to the company. So this means that even though we usually face constraints on priorities or resources or funding, it's up to me to really make sure that I am able to get the resources I need to provide her whatever she needs to at least improve her life as well. First one I think is on authenticity. So this means we need to really understand and know what are the strengths and opportunities of the product I sell and the brands that I am selling as well. Knowing the strength is important because this is the core of of my work. Knowing the opportunities is also equally important because this identifies what are the further rooms to improve for the future. Second one I think is on being steadfast. A lot of us, if not all, actually encounter a lot of constraints and barriers every step of the way. So I think it's more of a mindset change in terms of thinking of these barriers as actually blessings in disguise, because it actually forces us to focus on what's really the core important things that's really meant to drive the business. And the third one I think is on knowing the purpose. So what does the product or the brand stand for to the consumer, to the community, or even to the country? When the going gets tough, this becomes a source of personal motivation for me. And at the same time, it also strengthens the ownership I have for the business.